NYSC Permanent Orientation Camp Umuawolo Mbauku to be ready by June 2019. Medical practitioners and former Cabinet Secretary Michael Idigo succeeded Eze Christopher Idigo as Aguleri monarch. Lagos Police Command arrests Lagos pastor over child molestation. Taliban attacks kills thousands across Afghanistan. Good evening and welcome to ABS Television News. My name is Theophilus Okoha. Let's have the details of the news. The Anambra State Government says the National Youth Service Corps Permanent Orientation Camp at Umuawolo Mbauku, Okasa Local Government Area will be completed and ready for use before next orientation program in June this year. Governor Willie Obiano made this announcement through the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Solochi Kulobelo, during the swearing-in ceremony of the 2019 Batch A Corps members posted to the state at the temporary orientation camp of the Corps at Umunya Oyi Council area. Correspondent Valentine Badoa completes the story.
The governor assured them of the provision of adequate and enabling environment to enable the youth maximize their potentials of self-realization and self-employment, adding that the state government's commitment to the completion of the NYSC Permanent Orientation Camp before June this year is in line with this agenda. Governor Obiano applauded the management of NYSC Anambra State for their steadfast dedication and commitment to ensuring that the scheme continues to live up to the lofty ideals and the vision of the founding fathers.
I welcome you in particular, fellow compatriots, to our state and congratulate you for your success in your various academic endeavors which have made it possible for you to be eligible for your national service.
In an address, the chairman, NYSC Governing Board, Anambra State, who is also the Commissioner for Youth Empowerment and Creative Economy, Mr. Bonaventure Enamali, who also appeared in corps members' outfits on the occasion, enjoined them to fully participate in all orientation programs so as to maximally benefit from the exercise.
Through the support of the Excellency, I actually want to let people know that Anambra State is a youth-friendly state, and also that we, in the Ministry of Youth, are also the primary constituency of the youth. That is why we want to show the NYSC corps members that actually the youth is actually in charge of the activity of youth.
On his part, the Anambra State NYSC coordinator, Mr. K. Indearemu, who viewed NYSC as a physical and mental training ground for leaders and a unique opportunity for young people in Nigeria to participate in nation building, and join the corps members to fit into the developmental agenda of Governor Willie Obiano as school teachers, agri-extension workers, rural health caregivers, as well as food soldiers in the emerging robust economy being bettered by the state administration.
The responsibility for the provision of orientation camps is statutorily that of the state government. I still believe that the state government will do something about this, but it's just a reflection of the resilience of the NYSC. That's how we can hold an orientation camp here at this time, in spite of the windstorm.
The oath of allegiance was administered on the 2048 corps members by the acting chief judge of the state, Justice Ijem Onwamebu. From Umunya in Oyi local government area, Valentine Mbadoga reporting for ABS News.
Anambra State Government and the World Bank have presented a 30% kick-off fund each for the construction of a 3-kilometer feeder road at Umumbo, Ayamelum, and a teacher's quarter at Umuizana, Anambra West Council area. The check presented through the Anambra State Community and Social Development Agency, ANCSDA, with a total worth of more than 4 million naira, is the start of both the road and teachers' quarters project, expected to go up a grand sum of over 70 million naira, with subsequent 50% and 20% disbursement once the utility of the first grant is fully met. Correspondent Daniel Ezigwe filed a report taken from our studio.
On successful completion of the 7.94 million naira feeder road project at Umumbo and the 7.4 million naira teachers quarter at Umuezanam, the second phase of the program, which is the renovation and the equipping of the Umumbo Community Health Center worth over 1.6 million and building of stores at Umuezanam Community Market worth over 2 million naira, will commence. As it is with the program's implementation guideline, the benefiting community is expected to contribute a counterpart funding of 10%, while the government and donor body will take 90%. Presenting the checks to each of the two communities, the general manager of the ANCSDA, Mr. Chode Mojehu, said the benefiting communities were chosen from the Anambra State Poverty Map, with those who were first to indicate interest benefiting from the first phase of the program, which will contain 10 communities.
It shows a community in need who are happy to welcome those that are ready to assist them solve their problems, deal with their needs and the challenges. Umezanam is a poor agrarian farming community that need help, and actually made a request to the state agency for assistance in two priority areas.
The traditional ruler of Umumbo, Igwe Simeon Chidubem, and the acting President General of Umuezanam community, Mr. Ameke Chumba, said the community chose the projects based on their immediate infrastructural needs and thanked the Anambra State Government and World Bank for the timely intervention.
First place, road is very, very important. Likewise, health center. But in anything at all, that is what we call scale of preference, or preferred road, because of the fact that we do normally follow that road to fetch water.
Speaking at each of the two communities, the Community Project Management Chairman of Umuezanam Community, Chief Vincent Okafo, and that of Umumbo, Chief Peter Okoye, said apart from ensuring that every penny of the money is put into the project, they will ensure that the project achieve the desired results.
We need teachers' quota to teach our children.
That I believe that the within now and they say some weeks or a month, we shall have enough dry spell to carry out a reasonable job this week.
The ANCSDA team and the community leaders also made inspection stops at the sites of the proposed projects, with works kicking off at each of them next week. The projects were independently chosen by the communities based on their scale of preference, while Umumbo and Umuezanam are the fourth beneficiary out of the 10 communities mapped out as beneficiaries of the program.
A new traditional ruler has emerged for Aguleri community, Anambra East local government area, few hours after the interment of Igwe Christopher Idigo. He is Eze Dr. Michael Idigo, a medical practitioner. Amaka Chibuzokoye has the report.
To custom and traditions of Aguleri, the throne abhors vacuum. Hence the presentation of certificates to Eze Dr. Michael Idigo to succeed Eze Christopher Idigo. The new traditional ruler, who appeared immediately after the interment of his predecessor, was rallied round by his subjects, danced round Amigwe with Iweze dance, accompanied by other cabinet members, pronouncing him as Eze Udo Aguleri. Addressing the press from his throne, Eze Dr. Michael Idigo said, having worked with the late Igwe as secretary for 24 years, he has bestowed him with his virtues, which will be upheld in ensuring that peace, progress, and prosperity prevail.
In Aguleri, the throne is never vacant. As one Igwe is embarking on a journey, another one is coming out to take his place. It's an age-long tradition, and what we have witnessed here is nothing but keeping the tradition.
From Amigwe Aguleri, Anambra East Council area, Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
The Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University has marked its 90th matriculation ceremony in a grand style. The event, which took place at the Bariam campus of the university, had the various faculties independently and simultaneously commemorating the ceremony aimed at ensuring full participation of students. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo was there and now reports.
On arrival at the university, ABS observed that each point of the ceremony witnessed huge turnout of the newly admitted students as well as members of faculty, relatives and friends of the newly admitted students who came to celebrate with them. Addressing matriculants of Faculty of Management Sciences of the institution, the Vice Chancellor of the university, Professor Greg Nwakobi, represented by the Dean of the faculty, Professor Godwin Akam, charged the students to always abide by the rules guiding the institution, keep their dreams and aspirations alive, avoid bad company, and shun cultism in order to make their families proud at the end and actualize their ambitions.
We are delighted by your presence as witnesses to this matriculation ceremony. As we usually observe, there are two important landmarks in the lives of the students in tertiary institutions the world over, namely matriculation and convocation.
In their various remarks, the acting head of Department of Accountancy, Venerable Joshua Onora, and Mrs. Susan Onwuka advised the students not to be carried away by school life, but rather strive to graduate in due time with good grades, and assured them the management's full support.
We believe in integrity and probity. So my prayer for them is that they're going to come out great, both character-wise and academic-wise.
They should come to the school, face their studies. At the end of the year, 4, 5 years, whatever years they have, they graduate. Praise to God for that.
From Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, Ibariam Campus, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
The battle to regain the original Igbo identity appears to be taking the front row now, while the likes of Professor Peter Ejiofor and Otusubakwa Igbo are on their different plank. Another group of Igbo craftsmen and women say they will keep supplying regalia and crafts that immediately identify the Igbo among the community of tribes in Nigeria and even beyond. Our correspondent Ogochukwu Orano discovered a place in the commercial city of Onitsha where items of Igbo origin are made and sold. Let's join her for the report.
Is regarded as the people's way of life. Every tribe has an identity which is seen through their attire, habits, food and festivals. Our visit to number 11 Asole in Waliwo, Onitsha reveals assorted items used in Igbo tradition and culture, as well as those who make their livings through crafting those traditional items. The Igbo traditional items including gourds, known as mbubo in Igbo, and utensils made from dried shell of calabash, local mats and hand fans made with raffia palm, local plates and musical instruments, Nza, Ijele crafted by core Igbo traditionalists. They said the local items are sourced from different parts of Igbo land and the northern Nigeria.
So, ebe ka na-arụ ihe niile eji eme ihe ọdịnala. Ihe Igbo niile maka a na-use within Anambra ma outside Nigeria.
Amazing importation. Some of those ones I need go foreign. Amazing price that's by 2.
Ndị na-ete bụ onye kwelume maka mmụọ na-arụ ebe a ihe na-enweta ebe a na-ezuru but onye kwelume ya bịa ka anyị tinye aka fụkwa na ihe Igbo na-aga akwakwa n'iru.
Of interest is the price of local ropes made from raffia, known as Obuliefi and Obuliewu, used during condolence visits and other festivals. In an interaction with the craftsmen, it was gathered that Obuliefi, or cow rope in English, presented at festivals is sold at 800 naira per rope, while Obuliewu is sold at 500 naira. So, when next you see it held up at festivals, know that it is money. The areas looked down on or neglected have been reviewed to be a strong and consistent financial aid to those who dared to venture.
Now left for government to come in here to assist them. It is also left for our youth to come and identify with what is happening here, because once somebody's tradition is gone, the culture, the person's identity is gone. I am Ogochukwu Around for ABS News.
Thank you there, Ogochukwu Aronu. Lagos Police Command arrests police pastor over child molestation, and Taliban attacks kills dozens across Afghanistan. That's what we have coming up next. The police in Lagos State have arrested one Reverend Ezuma Chizederem for allegedly sodomizing teenage boys and infecting one of them with human immune deficiency virus. The Reverend, who is the founder of Jesus Intervention Household Ministry located in the Ajabo area of the state, was supposedly a member of a syndicate perpetrating the alleged crime in the neighborhood. It was then that a Good Samaritan had reported a case of defilement at the Ajabo police station on January 22, 2019, consequence upon which one Prince Chinemerem was arrested and charged to court. Chizederem reportedly went into hiding, having got wind of Chinemerem's arrests. Luck, however, ran out of him on March 21, 2019, when he sneaked into his house in the midnight and was arrested by policemen who had been on surveillance within the vicinity. The Lagos State Police Public Relations Officer Bala Elkana, who confirmed the arrests in a statement on Friday, said investigation by the command revealed that Chizederem had molested 15 boys. Elkana stated that the Reverend lives with HIV and infected one of his victims, 16-year-old Shedrack, with the virus. More than 30 persons, including civilians and security forces, have been killed in separate Taliban attacks on security checkpoints across Afghanistan. Officials say that 4 students were killed and 17 others, including 15 students and 2 teachers, were wounded when an explosion likely caused by a mortar strike hit a school in the outer district of Eastern Ghazni province. The explosion happened while security forces and fighters exchanged fire during a Taliban assault on a police checkpoint today. The students killed were between 10 and 16 years old, but investigation launched on who fired the projectile that hit the school. Now on Sports Story, Jockey Club and Pen Guardiola have both called for matches to be halted if players are subjected to racial abuse. The calls followed abuse suffered by some England players during their Euro qualifier win over Montenegro earlier in the week. UEFA are investigating after inline players and their families heard monkey chants and racist comments, including the N-word. England boss Gareth Southgate pondered afterwards whether he should have taken his team from the field, and speaking later, the snubbers sympathized with him and called on officials to take the decisions out of coaches' hands. England captain Harry Kane said he would lead the 3 Lions off the field if the racist abuse of his teammates during Monday's win is repeated. Also, Guardiola revealed that his Manchester City players are prepared to walk off the pitch in the face of racist abuse. Parents, especially mothers, have been urged to be a source of inspiration to their children while solely being there for them through the period of growth to ensure an all-round development. This Reverend Kingsley Chukwuma harped on as he buried his mother, Ezinne Chukwuma, at Amampoto Village, Uli Ihiala local government area. Correspondent Kenechukwu Chukwudi, who was at the burial service, filed a report now taken from our studio.
Ezinne Chukwukamma, who died at the age of 82, was described by the Anglican Bishop of Ihila Diocese, Right Reverend Professor Israel Okoye, as a woman that dedicated her life, time, and living resources to the growth of the church, noting that 2 of her sons are priests, which according to him testified her dedication to God. Bishop Okoye in his sermon called on Christians to be Christ-like in their ways to inherit the kingdom of God. Speaking after the interment, some of the deceased children, Mrs. Oluchi Onyebueke, Sir Silvanus Chukwukamma, and Reverend Kingsley Chukwukamma, said it was a shock that their mother left, as her love towards them is overwhelming, calling on the living to be prepared for their time. A sympathizer, Dr. Emma Ezewaji, described the departed as a strong woman who raised her children justly, urging the children to take solace in the good life their mother lived.
Well, that's the end of the news. But remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from many parts of the world by logging on to our website, www.absradiotv.com. Like us at ABS, www.facebook.com, ABS Radio Television. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. And now the main points of the news. NYSC Permanent Orientation Camp Umuawulumbaoku will be ready by June 2019. And we also told you that medical practitioner and former Cabinet Secretary Michael Idigo has succeeded in seated Eze Christopher Idigo as Aguleri monarch. A Lagos police command has arrested Lagos pastor over child molestation. And we also told you from our foreign shuttle that Taliban attacks have killed dozens across Afghanistan. And that's the end of the news. We thank you for watching. My name is Theophilus Okoha saying, catch your phone.